The train arrived at the station like a ghostly apparition, its rhythmic chugging echoing through the desolate night. The digital clock overhead blinked, casting an eerie glow on the platform. Midnight. The time when the veil between the living and the spectral was said to be at its thinnest. I stood alone, shivering in the cold as the train screeched to a haunting halt. The station, long abandoned and forgotten, creaked in protest as the train doors hissed open. I hesitated, uncertainty gnawing at my resolve. This was no ordinary train, and this forsaken station held secrets whispered in the wind. It was a place that dared the curious to unveil its mysteries, a threshold between the tangible and the ethereal. I took a step forward, drawn by a compulsion that seemed to seep through the very fabric of the night. The train beckoned, its doors inviting me into the dimly lit carriages. The windows were frosted, obscuring the view inside, and the air carried a metallic tang, a taste of nostalgia tinged with something darker. As I crossed the platform, the station clock struck midnight with a hollow chime. The sound reverberated through the stillness, amplifying the surreal atmosphere that enveloped the abandoned station. The train doors awaited, and with a hesitant breath, I stepped onto the eerily silent platform. The train interior felt frozen in time, an anachronistic realm that resisted the pull of the present. The dim lights flickered overhead, casting long shadows that danced along the narrow corridor. My footsteps echoed with an unsettling resonance as I ventured further into the ghostly vessel. The compartments were empty, yet I sensed a presence, a spectral energy that lingered in the air. The windows revealed a distorted reflection, as if the train hurtled through realms beyond mortal comprehension. The world outside was obscured by an inky blackness that devoured the surroundings, leaving only the occasional glimmer of distant stars. As I moved through the carriages, a distant murmur reached my ears, a soft, haunting melody that seemed to emanate from the very core of the train. It tugged at my senses, a melody that spoke of forgotten tales and sorrows etched into the fabric of the night. I followed the ethereal song, drawn deeper into the labyrinthine corridors. The train seemed to expand, its dimensions stretching beyond the confines of physical reality. The melody intensified, its haunting beauty wrapping around me like a spectral embrace. The compartments, once empty, now whispered with the echoes of passengers from another time. Shadowy figures occupied the seats, their features obscured by the veil of time. They gazed into the distance, their eyes reflecting the weight of untold stories and unfinished journeys. I hesitated at a compartment bathed in a soft, ethereal glow. The door creaked open with an otherworldly sigh, revealing a figure seated by the window. The silhouette turned, and I found myself face to face with a woman, a phantom from the past. Her eyes, pools of darkness, held a profound sadness that transcended the boundaries of time. "Join me," she whispered, her voice a fragile echo that carried the weight of ages. The seat opposite her beckoned, and with a mixture of trepidation and curiosity, I took my place in the spectral carriage. As the train continued its journey through the unseen realms, the woman began to speak, a tale of love and loss, of promises broken and dreams unfulfilled. Her words wove through the air like a melancholic symphony, each sentence a note that resonated with the haunting melody that surrounded us. She spoke of a midnight rendezvous at this very station, a moment frozen in the tapestry of time. A lover, lost to the ravages of war, had promised to return on the last train at midnight. The woman, adorned in a gown of moonlit silk, waited with bated breath as the clock struck 12. But the train never arrived. The lover's absence became an eternal ache, a wound that festered in the caverns of her soul. Night after night, she boarded the phantom train, traversing the boundaries of reality and illusion in search of the love that had eluded her. The train, a vessel for lost souls and unfulfilled yearnings, carried passengers between worlds. It became a conduit for the departed, a journey beyond the veil of mortality. And as the woman shared her tale, I realized that I too had become a passenger on this spectral voyage. The train's rhythmic chugging became a heartbeat, a pulsating rhythm that synchronized with the melancholic melody. The woman's story echoed through the carriages, intertwining with the whispers of other passengers, each with their own tales of love, tragedy, and unfinished business. As the train hurtled through the obsidian void, I glimpsed fleeting images beyond the frosted windows. A landscape of phantasmal beauty unfolded, ancient cities with spires that touched the stars, ethereal gardens bathed in an otherworldly glow, and desolate landscapes where shadows danced in perpetual twilight. I questioned the nature of this journey, the purpose of traversing realms unknown. The woman with a knowing gaze explained that the train existed in the liminal spaces, bridging the gap between the tangible and the spectral. It was a vessel for souls that sought resolution, a conduit for those tethered to the echoes of unfinished stories. As the train continued its journey, I felt a profound connection to the passengers who shared this spectral pilgrimage. Their stories resonated with the universal themes of love, loss, and the pursuit of redemption. I realized that in this realm beyond the confines of time, the passengers sought closure, a resolution to the narratives that had been left suspended in the ether. The train approached a station bathed in an ethereal glow, a junction between worlds where spirits could find solace and release. The woman's gaze met mine, and she extended an ephemeral hand, inviting me to join the disembarking souls. As we stepped onto the platform, a sense of tranquility enveloped us. The spectral energy that had lingered within the train now dispersed into the luminous atmosphere. The passengers, their stories woven into the fabric of the night, ascended into a celestial tapestry, becoming stars that illuminated the cosmic expanse. The abandoned station, once a silent witness to the passage of time, now exuded a quiet luminescence. The clock overhead ceased its eternal ticking, frozen at the stroke of midnight. The spectral train, having completed its journey, dissipated into the ether, leaving only the echoes of its haunting melody. I stood alone on the radiant platform, the veil between the living and the departed now sealed. The abandoned station, bathed in an otherworldly radiance, became a monument to the ephemeral nature of existence, a sanctuary where lost souls found redemption and the echoes of unfinished stories found resolution. As the first light of dawn painted the horizon, I realized that I had been granted a glimpse into the timeless tapestry that binds us all, a tapestry woven with the threads of love, loss, and the enduring quest for closure. The abandoned station, once a forgotten relic of the past, now stood as a testament to the transcendence of the human spirit, a journey that continued beyond the boundaries of mortality, carried by a train that arrived at midnight.